Hey folks, my name is Maria and I'm the organizer of Big Moves. I wanted to take a minute to introduce the group, what the future plans are for the group, and some of the ground rules. So the group came up as an idea probably 15 or so years ago in the seedling form when my family was trying to play Wii, and we're all big people. I'm 355 pounds, and my family is not that much smaller in a lot of ways. We sucked, but we had a lot of fun. And I used to play volleyball in grade school, and I wanted to go play volleyball. I was like, this is fun, I want to go play. And there's nowhere for somebody with my limitations to play. You know, I deal with chronic pain, I have trouble breathing sometimes, these things that come along when you carry this much weight for a lifetime. They make it really hard to find a place to play. And as adults, I don't think we get enough playtime. I don't think we do at all. And especially when you're dealing with being seriously overweight, it's so hard to find somebody who can keep pace with you on a walk and not make you feel like, you're holding them back. And somebody who, can play a really sucky game of basketball with you and not feel bad because they suck too, because they have some of the same limitations. They're not going to be a big athlete, running around and making you feel like you're not keeping up. I wanted to be able to play with people like me. And I think that's the biggest part of this is just getting those of us that haven't been active in so long and who need to out there being active together. I think it's really intimidating to try to do some things on our own. And making the kind of lifestyle change this will be for a lot of us really takes camaraderie, it takes support, and that's what I hope we will be for one another. That being said, though this group has been, intended to be for the seriously overweight, not everybody who joins us will be. Some of us will bring our support network with us, which we're, definitely bring your support network with you. If you have a spouse or, friend that, wasn't sure you want to bring here, bring them with you. Um, Probably wait until events that are specifically geared towards bringing family, full family, including children. I want to make sure that we can handle this before we start inviting the younger folks along. And I want to give you a chance to kind of, take this on your own for a minute before you also have to monitor your kids during that time, or, whatever younger people are in your life. As far as future activities, I am currently sitting in Fernbank Park. This is where we will do our first Walking Wednesday. I'm incredibly excited. I know that there's, a couple dozen people already in the group, and a couple of people have RSVP'd for this particular walk, and I'm really excited about it. During the summer, I'm hoping every other Wednesday will be a Walking Wednesday, and beginning in the fall, I hope to go every Wednesday. If we have rain, I will go onto the site and post a discussion from the activity itself, saying whether or not we have a secondary place. I know this winter we're going to have to find a lot of indoor spaces. I mean, we could always do mall walking at Northgate Mall, something like that. I haven't decided on all of the indoor spaces yet or made arrangements for them, but I'm hoping that we'll have those lined up for as we need them. And hopefully, our weather on the 15th will be as beautiful as it is right now. This park is part of the great parks of Hamilton County. I love the Hamilton County Great Parks. We will probably see a little bit of each one of them on our adventure here together. And I have other plans besides Walking Wednesdays that I really want to make sure we implement. The first one I want to do is hopefully going to be somewhere towards the end of the month of June or beginning of July, where we go to one of the Hamilton County Great Parks that has a sand volleyball court and have a couple beach balls and actually, get to play some volleyball. I also want to do like a cookout and have some other games during that time, so that'll be hopefully a larger event so we can get to know each other and maybe find a walking buddy or two for those times when we can't make a Walking Wednesday, but we still want to get out there. I know that we're going to have to really see what the needs of the group are when it comes to location and abilities and what our interests are. I was thinking maybe even attempting a way out now. I have to figure this out, but hopefully doing some kind of like a dance thing, learning how to do some kind of dance moves for those of us who would like to be a little bit more coordinated and graceful, because I certainly am not. I think it would be fun. And I'm looking for fun things to do, because if it's not fun, if it's not interesting, I'm not going to keep up with it, and I know a lot of other people won't either. So that is definitely a priority, is to make whatever we do a fun event. I think a declined call. Sorry. I think going forward, we'll have more options as we see more people in the group express their interest, and we can decide, together what we really want to put our efforts towards. A couple ground rules I want to lay out is the first has got to be respect, and I'll probably eventually do another video on respect in general, but to keep it simple, we're going to respect one another, and we're going to respect ourselves. I have a really hard time sometimes, with kind of talking down to myself about my weight and about my body shape and how I'm dealing with things, and I talk smack to myself, and I struggle with that, and I realize that as I fight that, I feel better about myself, and so I'm hoping that we can hold each other accountable during that, really just keep that language from happening. And also, of course, with this being an open group for everybody, there is going to be a zero tolerance policy for all of the things that I would hope you expect there to be a zero tolerance policy for, such as racism, any of the phobias, homophobia, biphobia, transphobia, Islamophobia, xenophobia. Any of that is not going to be welcome and not tolerated. So just so you know that everybody will be welcome here, and so we're going to leave politics at home. No discussing politics in the group. It would just cause divisions. I really don't want that. I want us to be a fun group that can come together and be supportive. The other thing is to respect the environment that we're in. We'll be in a lot of really beautiful places, and I really want us to make sure that we leave it as well as we arrived at it, and I'm very big on that. So we'll be in the Great Parks this weekend. They have trash cans available. Some of the places we'll be at will not. So if you do bring things to eat or drink, make sure you carry them out with you. And bringing things to eat and drink, that's another important thing. That's probably our biggest rule that we need to discuss, is making sure that we understand our limits health-wise. Always bring something to hydrate with, not soda. I mean, you can bring a soda, but just bring something else with it. Just remember you have to carry it. So bring something you can hydrate with. If you have issues with like your blood sugar and you need to make sure you have food with you, please do so. If you need to take a snack break, take a snack break. Make sure that if you're getting to the point where you're feeling tired, you stop. That's the point of this group, is that you don't have to be Speedy Gonzalez if we're on a walk. You can hang back if you feel like, okay, this is it, this is where I'm at. I have days where if I get up and I've slept weird, my back, I can barely walk. I may start off and be like, okay, you guys go ahead, I'm going to chill here, and when you guys come back this way, you can pick me up along the way. Those days are going to happen for a lot of us, and don't feel bad when they do. That's the point of the group. But know your limits. And if you have serious health concerns, please let me know ahead of time. I will be happy to do what I can to make whatever accommodations necessary for you. And it's also important when we take on larger tasks, like if we decide to go off on a trail that we don't have cell phone signal for, that I know what conditions to tell somebody if you were to have an issue. So, it's morbid to think about, but I work in healthcare. It's very practical to me, is to think, what would I tell EMS? And so please let me know if you do have a health condition. I'm more than happy to find a way to work around it and make sure that activities are, available and they're geared towards somebody who has your abilities. I think those are the biggest things right now. If you could please let me know if you have any ideas of things you want to do, if you have places that you want to make sure we go for walks on, I am all about it. If you have any kind of special needs other than health needs, just let me know. I don't speak much sign language, but I speak a little, and just a little Spanish. If you have friends and family that you want to invite that aren't part of Meetup, by all means bring them. And this isn't just for the seriously overweight. So if you have friends and family that, never get out there, but you think really should be good for their mental health, or, they have chronic pain and they just don't have a group like this that's safe for them, by all means, bring them. I think that's it for now. I can't wait to see you all next Wednesday, and I look forward to all of our adventures together. Bye.